Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this message. So I want to share an update that was provided to me by the Galactic Federation of Light this morning. So it's Saturday, March, I think it's the 22nd or the 21st. I'm not exactly sure. It might be the 20, I don't know. It's Saturday, March 21st. And this download IE message came to me this morning when I was sitting in my car drinking my coffee. And they insisted that I share this. And so I'm going to. The message is either going to resonate with you or not resonate with you, and all is beautiful however it sits with you, okay? Once again, the Galactic Federation of Light is a really large council of a couple hundred light beings, higher dimensional beings. They exist off of the earth plane. They exist as the Palladians, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Cassiopeians, the Andromedas, the Alpha Centauris. There's a gamut of light beings that are part of and have volunteered to be a part of this large galactic federation of light. The purpose of this federation is to, and was, continues to be, to watch the experiment of Earth as she navigates moving from one dimensional field into another dimensional field in physical form. They've been doing this for millions of years. There are many councils within the large Galactic Federation of Light. Okay, so that's like the umbrella, Galactic Federation of Light, and then within that are many different councils. I work with 12 beings in a council, and these 12 beings have been in charge of designing this entire experiment with Earth. So you can go back to many videos that I've made in the past and research and listen to what I'm saying right now, because I'm not going to go into it, but they worked alongside Earth to create her form in a 5D, and then of course now in a 3D. They created the physical human form in 5D and then 3D. They created the 12th dimensional grid to hold this experiment. They created the 5th dimensional grid that Earth is in right now. They created all of the systems of light, stars, planets, all of that hold higher consciousness, right? So they have assisted with Earth to create this entire experiment that we are having right now. And so those are the ones that I connect with. And they've been very loud this past week, and they have not let me rest, as you can see as I'm showing up daily. And so here's the message. These beings are not in a time-space continuum, which means that everything they share is in the now. So when we ask them, when is this going to end? For them, it's already done, right? They can see it's already complete. But for the human, they will try to give us time frames, but it's really up to the human, because the human has free will, which means that we are going to navigate this to the best of our ability, okay? But it could take a little bit longer depending upon which route we take as humans, okay? So this message is about the coronavirus, and this is what they said to me. So they show me movie screens, like they show me a screen and they show me they play out a movie for me to see. And this is what they showed me. They said, Lori, it's done. The coronavirus is cleared off the earth plane. And I said, well, but it's still being spread. And they said, yes, but all of the work that the light workers and the way showers and the star seeds and the grid workers and whatever human name you want to call it, all of the work that they have done by holding the higher frequencies and holding the higher timelines, right, in their bodies, and the amount of light that we have been moving down onto the earth plane, flooding the earth with, it has literally stopped the virus. And one of the reasons that this has stopped is because they didn't necessarily intervene, but they moved as much light as possible onto the earth plane to slow the virus down as a consciousness, because it had the potential to do a lot more damage than it actually did. So these beings are speaking about a now moment that we are not yet in. So we are in a past now moment, and we're slowly going to be catching up to the moment that they're speaking of right now. Okay? So what we as humans are experiencing right now with this whole coronavirus and everything that has unraveled because of it, we are going to continue to feel and experience for a couple more weeks. It could be even longer. Okay? Because this is the ramifications. This is the impact that the virus has had. So we're going to feel that impact as the domino effect plays out. But the virus has been cleared off the earth plane. The damage has been done, and the humans are now going to navigate that damage, okay? And the humans that have the virus may pass it on and blah, 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 right? But it's not going to get worse than it is in this now. Even though, this is really hard to explain, even though it is going to perhaps look like it's getting worse. I hope this makes sense. So I want you to visualize that in another now, which is also in this now, the virus is off the earth plane, the consciousness of that virus. It's gone. We did our work. We all did our work, and we cleared it. And the beings that have been supporting us, surrounding us, and assisted us in clearing it. Okay? But what we are experiencing, because we experience time, is that we now have to live through the ramifications and the domino effect of what happened because of that virus. So it's going to look like from the external that it's getting worse, but what they want you to hold is that it's gone, it's done. It's not going to get any worse than what we are going to play out right now. I hope this makes sense. So you can almost imagine that it's been dropped, it's spread, and then it's been closed shut, right? So now whatever we are experiencing is contained in this kind of closed shut case around the earth plane, and now it's just playing out based on the initial sort of pulsing down of that virus, the spread of the virus. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we're not going to have a domino effect. We are still going to be quarantined in our house for however many weeks, perhaps. But can you hold in your frame of reference, in your mind, in your knowingness, literally visualize that the consciousness that was on the earth plane, that was the virus, is off. It's gone. It's not going to get any worse than what we are going to be experiencing right now. And that means that in the next now, we're going to continue to experience it. And the next now, we're going to continue to experience it. But it's not going to get any worse than what has unraveled now. This is a message that can be a little bit like, well, how do I wrap my head around what you're saying, right? But I think you're understanding, hopefully. Now what we get to navigate is the ramifications of this. So you can imagine that the door is shut. We're done. It's cleared. And we hold that knowingness. Now we just have to play this out. Understand? We did our work. We continue to do our work by holding this knowingness that they're sharing with us right now, which is that it's done. And yet there's still going to be massive effects playing out for months because of this. But it's not getting worse. Even if it looks like it's getting worse, like more people are getting it, right? Or it's spreading or whatever it is. It's contained now in this universal earth box. and it's done. The virus is off it. The virus is no longer sort of spreading in the box. Get it? It's not spreading in the box anymore, even though it is spreading based on what is in the box. It's not going to get worse. It's not going to continue to get worse. So whatever's in the box right now with this virus, that's as far as it gets. Does this make sense? Because what they said to me is that it was going to get so bad that it was going to do more damage than humanity could handle. That's what they said. They said this virus would have done more damage than what humanity was ready to navigate. And so that is why they were flooding the earth plane with so much light. They still are. And that is why all of us were so alert and awake and aware and ready. And we still are, right? But we were really focused, as if we knew if we didn't, this could get really bad. So we are always receiving assistance from the higher realms. And we did a massive service to humanity and the earth plane. And we continue to. But it's been lifted. So I want you to visualize that now there is literally whatever has impacted the humanity in the earth plane from this virus, whatever has impacted it is now in here. It's contained universally on the earth plane. It's contained now. And now we're just playing out what's unraveled. That's it. So the Galactic Federation of Light is showing us and telling us a future now that we're not quite at, but that we're moving towards. So we're moving towards a faster healing than we would have had it not been cleared completely. So we're going to be okay. This is going to heal a lot faster than what the humans are understanding, and that's okay. Because they are preparing for the worst. But it's not going to get as bad as they are expecting because it's been lifted. They don't realize that, and that's okay. But you understand this. You as a light worker, way shower, starseed, you understand this message. We, the higher dimensional beings, have lifted it. You, the way shower, have lifted it. And so what the humans are now doing is they are taking precaution for a future now that could have unraveled, but is not going to be unraveling. Do you understand? They are beautifully preparing for a massive devastation that isn't going to happen. But they're being proactive and they're preparing as they should. But you need to hold the knowingness that all is well and that it has been stopped. Can you hold that? Can you remember that? Can you see that? Visualize literally a box around the earth plane. And it's contained now. And yeah, it's going to unravel, but it's not going to get worse, even though it looks like it's going to get worse. It's not getting as worse as it could have been. This is what it looks like they're saying to stand in a quantum field. Is to understand that what I may be seeing in my now is a third dimensional consciousness, a very slow linear lens. And in the exact same now, all is well and fine and healed and whole. And through your third dimensional lens, you get to hold all the human aspects of you. And you still hold the higher dimensional quantum realm, which states that it is cleared, it is done. And it's done much faster than the human, third dimensional human understands. So everything that is unraveling from a past now, even though it's in our now. We are catching up to a now that has played out. The virus is gone and we are okay. And now we're just watching. Okay, does this make sense? I really hope it does. This is how they communicate, right? They communicate in nows off of a linear perspective. And we have to try to figure out how to navigate that message through a linear lens. You've all done amazing work, and you're going to continue to do amazing work as you navigate this. It's contained. All is well. It's going to clear a lot faster than the humans realize. You guys did a great job, and there was a huge, massive clearing that happened. So it's almost as if the party is over. And now, because we live in a linear time, we're coming into the party late and watching the party play out, even though the party's over. It's like a movie that's been recorded. And we're now coming in to watch the recorded movie. And when we watch it, it feels real to us. It feels very real. And yet it's already played out. That's how the quantum field works. It's already played out. So in a sense, it's over. But we stepped in and pushed play, and now we have to watch it play out. We have to watch the movie. And there's going to be impacts on many humans because of this. But it's done. It's over. It's complete. It's finished. I hope this makes sense. It's finished. And the more that you and I and all of us can hold this quantum perspective, the next time another massive collective purging happens, we can remember the quantum space in all of this. Right? Which is that I may be experiencing something from a third dimensional lens, but there's another higher dimensional quantum lens, which reminds me that it's already cleared and done, and I'm just playing catch up to it. The reason this is important is because it allows you to not get attached to what is occurring in the now. You experience it, you see it, you feel it, but you don't attach to it and become it. And our role is to hold that perspective. Our role is to feel it and see it and observe it and honor it as a third dimensional lens. And then our role is to step into the quantum space and to hold the higher field. It's done. It's complete. It's over. Whether your linear mind understands that or not, right? And you can go back and forth and battle your mind with that. Well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm seeing all these things. That's okay. Go ahead and have that battle. But in the quantum realm, it's complete, right? One of the reasons I was hesitant about sharing this message is because it's going to not make sense to a lot of humans, right? And yet it's time for us to start to hold these understandings. It's time for us to hold the quantum realm in a very physical, palpable way. And this is how you do it. You understand that in this now, the virus is off the earth plane. The virus is cleared. The virus is gone. And yet in our now, we're still experiencing it, unraveling. And yet it's gone at the exact same time. It is off the earth plane, and we are now playing catch up to that virus being off the earth plane, and we are watching it unravel in our now. So we're safe, all is well, and many humans are being impacted. And we're getting through this. We already have. We've already gotten through it. We've already moved into a little bit of a higher frequency collectively. We did a great job. Humanity did a great job. And we received a huge amount of assistance. We needed to. And we are going to continue to receive a huge amount of assistance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding this higher perspective. Thank you for stepping into your multidimensionality. Thank you for stepping into and holding and opening yourself up to the quantum, even if this makes no sense to you. Maybe it will. Maybe there'll be an aha. Maybe, just maybe, as you're walking around, you'll say, you know what? I think I remember this. I think this kind of makes sense. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time.